Hey everyone, it's Queen of Light 1111. Happy Monday. I here with your Monday check-in. I know I did a Instagram reading yesterday, so if you're not following me there, I did a check-in for this collective on Instagram. So if you're not following me and you're waiting for readings, sometimes I will go ahead and do it on Instagram because it's quicker. So if you are not following me, go to Queen of Light 1111. That's my username on Instagram. Wanted to thank everyone that joined us for our 2B1 seminar for our California tour. It was extremely successful. We got to meet so many of our viewers and our followers on Instagram, and it was just our extreme pleasure to connect with all of you personally. So for those of you who joined, Alora and I thank you very, very much. So I'm back now, and I'm going to get a little bit more, regular with my YouTube readings. So look out for a Wednesday reading and a Friday reading. And if I am inclined and guided, I might do something a little different on the off days. Okay. If you're interested in booking your own personal reading with me, go to queenoflight1111.com and purchase from the list of services that I offer. Okay. We've used 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 different decks. We've used 9 tarot and 2 oracles. So we have overall energy for the masculine and feminine, head, heart, and environment space. Like what is happening in their environment at this time. Current connective energy, future energies. We've got the Lenormand and just some messages from my Keepers of the Light oracle card. Oracle deck, just one message for the masculine, one for the feminine, and one for the connection. And if I feel guided to pull anything else, I'll go ahead and do so. Let's go ahead and get started. Overall theme, like what is happening in our masculine's overall energy? What is he looking at or thinking about or feeling in his overall energies? The Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of stability, card of structure. It's also, a card of union. So he's very much thinking about some sort of stability in his life, some structure in his life, and perhaps also union. Okay. And so this is very much in his day to day, what his underlying theme is. When we dig a little deeper into his energies for his head, heart, and then his 3D space, we've got 9 of Wands, where this is a wounded energy, right? So he's been on this path, he's been on this battle in this connection with his feminine, and he's got some wounds, okay? When you look at these wands here, there's some blood on them. See, if you look here, there's blood. And so he's exhausted, he's wounded, but he's not giving up. So this is a card of perseverance. This is a card of just like he's going to keep going. For our clarifiers for our masculine, because it wasn't so interesting to me, and as I started to dig deeper with the clarifiers, it got more interesting. So when I looked at his clarifiers, he got the 4 of Wands again as his bottom of the deck. So he's very much thinking about his future. He's very much thinking about union. He's very much thinking about stability and a strong, solid foundation, something that he wants to build, with his feminine. So he's got the 4 of Wands 2 times, people, 2 times, 4 of Wands in the bottom of the deck, which is a very, very strong energy amongst his overall energy and amongst his head, heart, and 3D space as related to his feminine. He's not giving up on the connection. He's not giving up. Our feminine is in a little bit of a different spot. I don't know what's been going on with our feminines, but the feminine is here in her overall energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So, she's in this energy of wanting to take things slow, but yet wanting to still move forward. This is her overall energy. So she's just kind of, she's keeping things moving. Okay. Her first card out for her and her overall energy was the Strength card. So she's very much operating in her strength, operating in her power. And she's just kind of moving along. In her head, heart, and 3D space. Her underlying theme is the 3 swords. So she still has some heartbreak. She still has some loss, okay? That's her theme and what she's kind of feeling, what she's thinking about, what the underlying energy is. And yet, though, in her clarifier, she's very much healing from that Four of Swords. So that's why things are moving a little slowly for her. She's very much healing this Three of Swords energy. Okay, she's healing this heartbreak. She's healing her sadness. She's healing pain right now, okay, within her emotional state. And we'll see that because it gets a little challenging. I will tell you that our Queen of Swords is back in the overall energy, but our Queen of Wands is here. Our Queen of Wands is here in her energy, because remember how I view the Queen of Wands is the with or without you queen, and she's in that mode in her headspace, and she's very much getting out of the Queen of Swords. She's spoken her truth. She's spoken her wisdom. She's operated in her strength. And now she's back to our independent queen, okay? We do not have the Queen of Cups. We do not have the Queen of Pentacles. She's evolving out of Queen of Swords, and she's just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it moving, keep it moving. She's keeping it moving forward. She's not very stuck, okay? She does not personally feel stuck, but to her, the connection feels stuck. And it's probably because this collective couple is not in communication. But I'll tell you, this masculine is very much in this, I want to build a life with my feminine energy. He's gotten the Fool in his energy, in his overall energy, in his headspace, and in his 3D space. He's got the Queen of Wands in his heart, which is a match to the Queen of Wands here. So we're talking about our feminine. I went ahead and clarified it anyway, clarified with the Empress, which is a match to the Emperor. We're talking about one couple, okay? Like one match. This is not a third party you guys ask all the time. For those of you who are in karmic situations or third party situations, this collective is out of that, okay? So if you're identifying with this collective and always have, it could just be a cycle that, maybe you guys haven't evolved from that yet. But this couple at this time, where they are in this timeline, there is no third party situation. Trust me, I clarify the heck out of these things. So, and at some point I'm going to have to stop doing that when I'm, feel like I'm really, really strongly believe it. But for now, I have been clarifying, as you guys know, and it always goes back to our feminine. All right, so our masculine is identifying himself as the King of Wands. He's also identifying himself as the Emperor. He's very, very, very much in his power. He very much feels like his feminine is his match. But he is in a little bit of a state of stress, in a state of healing as well. But he very much wants to move forward towards his wish, and he's just really, really not sure how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember, he's thinking about union. In his day-to-day, he's thinking about union. In his environment, he's thinking about his feminine, and he's very much wanting to have a new beginning with her in his day-to-day, in his headspace, and in his 3D self. He wants to have a new beginning. So remember, union energies, Four of Wands, 2 times here and here, 2 times, 9 of Wands in his head, heart, and 3D space. He's not giving up on union, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. First card out for him was the 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands is all about conflict. It's all about conflict with, it could be inner conflict. It could be outer conflict. It could be conflict with other people. But I did clarify this. And so, I'm going to read the spread first as a story, and then I'll give you the clarifiers. So we have this 5 of Wands energy. There's conflict. There's conflict within himself. There could be conflict with others. When I get the 3 of Pentacles card, for me, it could mean, yeah, he's had conflict with other people, but he's learned a lesson. 3 of Pentacles is about teamwork. It's about collaboration. It's about learning something, okay? 3 of Pentacles is, you work together with someone to collaborate, to work as a team, to learn, to grow. So through this conflict, there has been a lesson learned with the 3 of Pentacles, okay? And now that he's learned a lesson, he wants to move forward with an offer of love, because he's had an aha moment. He has had a breakthrough, and now he wants a new beginning. Remember, these are all overall energies. So in his overall energy, he's wanting to He's learned something. He's wanting to move forward with love because he's had a breakthrough and he wants a new beginning in his life. All has to do with this union energy. Okay. And interesting, it's under that is the Knight of Pentacles. Remember, that is her bottom of the deck for her overall energy. So he's thinking his day to day and what he's thinking about has to do with union. He's in conflict over it. He's had conflict. He's learned something and he knows he wants to move forward. He wants love in his life. He wants union, okay, structure, stability in his life. He's learned that and now he wants a new beginning. He wants to take a risk. He wants to take a leap of faith. He wants a new beginning. So I clarified, okay, what's this Five of Wands about? Four of Swords was the clarifier. Remember, the Four of Swords is her bottom of the deck for her clarifiers. She's retreating. She's healing from this heartbreak. So now it starts to make sense, right? He is healing from this conflict, okay? So he's had conflict perhaps with his feminine. I'm almost certain with his feminine, and he is healing from it. He has learned something, okay? So I said, what has he learned? He has learned that he is stressed about his Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is in his heart space. He's learned that he's got some stress. And he's learned through this stress, through this conflict about his Queen of Wands. He's learned about it. And so I said, okay, well, what did he learn then? He learned a lesson through conflict. He's been through stress. He's been haunted in his sleep. You know, he's been thinking. So he's got this recovery from this conflict with his Queen of Wands. So again, he's in conflict, he's recovering. He's learned through his stress, he's learned something about his feminine, the Queen of Wands, that he wants to move forward with an offer because he's had a breakthrough. What is the breakthrough, I asked? Two of Cups. He wants union. That's the breakthrough for this new beginning. So he's had this breakthrough through this conflict, which was the best thing that could have ever happened for these two. Through this conflict, through this circumstance, through this ending, you know, and I use the term loosely because this connection really never really ends. Through all of this, he's retreated, he's learned, he's learned through his stress, he's learned about his Queen of Wands, who is this independent queen of his, right? He's learned that he wants to move forward in love because his truth is he wants union and a new beginning, okay? In her overall energy, her first card out is the Strength card. The Strength card's really, really that of, you know, our Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, right? When it's not that I don't think that our Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups are not strong, right? Because love, you know, to operate in love in that Cups energy, it takes strength, right? To operate in the Queen of Pentacles energy, to be a nurturer, a giver, someone who is caring and loving, that takes strength too. But there's a different type of strength that comes from the Queen of Swords. She's wise. She's not afraid to speak her truth. There's a different kind of energy that comes from the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is this badass that's just like, you know what? I'm cool with or without you. And that is the energy that she is in. She's like, you know what? I'm healing from this heartbreak and I just want to slowly keep my life moving forward. That's what she's doing. So her first card out and her overall energy is strength. She's strong. Our Queen of Wands is strong. And then, but yet she came up as the Queen of Swords. Okay. She's strong. She's operated in her truth. She's spoken her truth. And she has gone through a tower, okay, and as has he, because in this Queen of Swords energy, that's where the tower was created, okay. She's the one who created the tower in this connection this time around. She's operating in her strength now. She knows what she's spoken. She knows what's happened, and the tower occurred. So I said after that, so what happens, you know, with the tower? The World card. She's kind of completing a cycle with this tower now. She's like, you know what? Operated in my strength, spoke my truth. The tower happened. We all had our realizations, just like our masculine just had a realization that his truth is he wants union with this Queen of Wands, right? So now she's like, I spoke my truth. I spoke my wisdom. I stood in my power. The tower was created for the both of us. She's sad about that. She's recovering from it. She's moving slowly, but moving forward. She's ready to complete the cycle and plan her long term, okay? So I did ask, what is this tower about? The tower is clarified by the wheel. So again, like I said, they're ready to get out of the tower, which is consistent with the card that followed with the world card. That's a card of completion. The tower card clarified by the wheel now also means to me that we want to get out of this time and go into a better time. She's ready to complete the cycle. And I said fine, she's ready to complete the cycle, move into a better time. What is the completion? Queen of Swords came out to clarify the world card. She's coming out of the Queen of Swords energy. No need to be in that energy anymore. She's spoken her truth. She's ready to get back to her independence. She's ready to get back into her independence, into whatever it is that is her long-term plan. That is in her overall energy, and she is slowly but surely moving into it. But I will tell you, she is getting out of this Queen of Swords energy. She is cycling out of that Queen of Swords energy. Not that she doesn't have it, but it's not her main operation anymore. That is not the main energy that she will operate in anymore. In this reading, she is going to be the Queen of Wands, right? She's the one who is independent. She's always chosen herself, right? Because she is all the queens. This is just a check-in for today. So in this reading, for this energy of today, she's cycling out the Queen of Swords energy, no longer required. It's happened. She's spoken her truth. And she doesn't need to stay in this Swords energy anymore, in the Queen of Swords energy. She's back into the Queen of Wands. And she always is the Empress, and that is how he always sees her. So in her overall energy, she's in strength, cycling out of the Queen of Swords energy, planning her long term. She's ready to get into a better time. He is healing through the conflict. He's learned through the conflict that he wants union and a new beginning with his Queen of Wands, our Divine Feminine. So now, what is happening in his headspace when he thinks about his feminine? What is happening? Okay, so first card out, Nine of Swords. There's some stress in the system about this new beginning. So he's planning the Two of Wands. Two of Wands. He's planning. He's trying to figure out what the hell road to take. He's trying to stay in his power, but he's unsure how he's going to get this done. So in his headspace, he's just like, it feels a little unstable, right? He doesn't have it all sorted out just yet. So I said, all right, fine. In his headspace, Nine of Swords. That's where the swords should be in his headspace. What is he stressed out about? He's stressed out. Two cards flew out. Ten of Swords, Ace of Wands. He's stressed out about this ending. The ending was painful. Remember his first card out, Five of Wands, Four of Swords. He's healing from the conflict. And remember, he learned Nine of Swords. He learned through the conflict, right? Nine of Swords, Three of Pentacles. So here we have the Nine of Swords again. And it has to do with the feminine. Remember, the Nine of Swords came out with the Queen of Wands. So he's healed through the conflict. He's learned through his stress about his Queen of Wands, who he wants union with. In his headspace, the stress is related to this painful ending that he is healing from because he desires a new beginning. He wants to cycle out of this. He's at the Ten of Swords now, so he's ready to cycle out. That's why he's planning for this union. He's planning for this stability, for this structure, for this new beginning. He's had his breakthrough, Ace of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords in his overall energy. He's cycling out. He's got the Ace now. He's ready for a new beginning. Through this stress, he's experienced the pain. The cycle has ended, and now he's ready for that new beginning, which is this Fool card. He wants to take the leap of faith, right? And he is then also planning. How is he going to do this? So I said, what is this planning about? Two of Pentacles. So he's just really unsure because remember, now she's in the Queen of Wands energy. She's like independent. She doesn't need him, blah, blah, blah. So he's got this stress about this ending, wants a new beginning, wants to take a leap of faith with the Fool card. He's planning and he's juggling. He's unsure. There's an imbalance about how he's going to get her back. So he's trying to stay in his power as the Emperor. But again, Two of Pentacles again. So in his headspace, he's very confused. I said, all right, tell me about this Two of Pentacles. What is this Two of Pentacles about? The Two of Pentacles is about the offer he wants to make to her as the Emperor, which is a dupe to his headspace. So he's very much standing in his power, but he's just unsure about how to make this offer. He's juggling the offer and the movement, because Two of Wands is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. So he's not sure which road, and now he's kind of like which way. So he's just trying to figure it out in his headspace. I will tell you that our feminine in her heart has the Ace of Wands, and her heart has the Ace of Pentacles. So they're very much still mirroring each other, even through this independence of hers, even through this confusion of hers. He's confused, she can feel it, okay, and vice versa. So this is very much, he's in his head right now trying to figure out, how am I going to get the new beginning? How am I going to take the leap of faith? Which road should I take? What decision should I make about this offer that I want to make to my Empress? As the Emperor, he's the Emperor 2 times in his headspace, which shows me he is in his masculine power. He's just trying to figure out how to move forward to his Queen of Wands, okay, who is not easy in that energy, in this Queen of Wands energy. She's not easy to approach in Queen of Swords. Thank God that's cycling out. Now she's in the Queen of Wands, and she looks very independent to him, so because he is observing her. So he's just trying to figure out, Two of Wands, decisions, Two of Pentacles, right? He's kind of like juggling, doesn't know which way to go. There's an imbalance, which road to take as the Emperor, but he knows he wants a new beginning. He wants out of this cycle. Where is she in her headspace when she thinks about her masculine? I will tell you. In her headspace, Two of Pentacles. So they're mirroring each other already. She doesn't really know, which way to take it. Things are a little rocky, right? Two of Pentacles, like the waters are not calm in the back. The ships are like, teeter-tottering back and forth. It's not a very clear, calm time. So she too, she's cycling out of this energy. Remember, she's coming out of the Queen of Swords energy. She's planning for her long term. She's staying in her strength. She's unsure, how things are going to work out. There's an imbalance in the connection. So she goes into the Queen of Wands energy, which is the with or without you queen. Because this Page of Wands, right? This is about messages. This is about communication. This communication is trapped. Eight of Swords, as is the contract, the Hierophant. So right now, she's unsure which way this connection is going to go. There's an imbalance. So she's now in her independent queen status. This messaging is trapped, right? It's stuck, and so is this contract. So is this the Hierophant's energy, which is about tradition, which is about commitments. This is a stuck energy at this time, right? They're with the Eight of Swords. It's not too stuck. It's not the Devil's energy. They're both in their head a little bit too much. She gets in her head, then she becomes the Queen of Wands. He gets in his head and he becomes Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands, right? So he's not even sure in his headspace. He gets too stressed out. So the both of them are juggling. They're juggling. There's an imbalance in the connection. So they're both, kind of in their independence at this time. And this contract is a little stuck. So I asked, what is this Two of Pentacles about? And the Six of Pentacles clarified it. So what's the juggling? What's the imbalance? There's no giver. Nobody's giving and nobody's receiving at this time. Six of Pentacles is a card of reciprocity. There's an imbalance in this give and take at this time. It's not happening. They're not even in communication, or if that, very little. So there's no communication. So how can there be reciprocity? There isn't reciprocity in this relationship at this time. Hence the imbalance. Hence the Queen of Wands showing up in the headspace, which is our feminine. So the next card is the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands comes out as our communication, and then we have the Eight of Swords, which is that the communication is stuck, and so is the contract. So I clarified the Queen of Wands. I was just curious because, I know the Queen of Wands came out here in his heart space, but I just wanted to double check. Why did this Queen of Wands, I asked, why did the Queen of Wands come out this time? Because she hasn't been out in a while. She's out because Eight of Pentacles. She's working on herself, right? She's going to work on her craft. She's going to work on her career. Remember, Queen of Wands is my independent queen. So I said, all right, so she's independent. So she's going to work on herself, working on her career, planning for the long term. Why? Eight of Swords. Because she's feeling that something is stuck. What's the Eight of Swords about? Hierophant. the contract. So it's very consistent already. I feel like that's also Spirit's way of telling me you don't have to clarify so much anymore. I'm already giving you the cards. So again, Two of Pentacles, right? There's not an equal give and take. There's an imbalance in this relationship. The Queen of Wands comes out, my independent queen, because she's decided, because there's an imbalance, because this contract seems suspended. That's why she showed up here. This messaging, this communication is also stuck, and that's what keeps this Hierophant, this contract, this connection stuck. So I said, what's the Eight of Swords? What's stuck? Knight of Wands, movement, right? Movement forward, passionate movement forward. Remember, he wants the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. And in her mind, in her headspace, what is stuck? This passionate movement forward. There's no movement forward. So hence, Queen of Wands. All right, hope that made sense. Now, in his heart space, where are we in his heart when he feels for his feminine? What is in his heart space? It's a little challenge, so I had to clarify almost every card. So let me give you the storyline first, and then I will give you the clarifier. So first card out, Judgment. This is called Rebirth in this deck. He wants a new beginning because he has learned something. Remember, what did he learn? He learned through his stress that the Queen of Wands is who he wants union with. So again, there's this rebirth. He wants a rebirth in the connection because he has learned something about the Queen of Wands, which is his divine feminine. But in his heart space, that Queen of Wands has rejected him. Five of Pentacles, okay? He's also feeling some lack. There also could be some self-esteem, but nonetheless, he's feeling a little rejected, a little left out in the cold. So he is guarded. Four of Pentacles. So I said, okay, what is Judgment about? Judgment is about the wheel. Remember, we got the wheel already in her tower, right? They want to get into a better time. He wants a rebirth of this connection. He too wants to get into a better time. He wants to get into a better time because he learned something. What did he learn? He learned about the contract. He's learning about the contract. He's learning that she is his person, that he wants a new beginning with. Who's the she? The Queen of Wands. What about the Queen of Wands? Well, Eight of Cups. She walked away. I said, well, let's clarify. Who are we talking about? The Empress. This is our divine feminine. Remember, I always take the Empress as our divine feminine. So our Queen of Wands, who is the Queen of Wands here in the heart headspace, that's how she also identifies herself. She's walked away from him. She's walked away from him. And so now, why is he feeling lack? Why is he feeling left out in the cold? Six of Cups, because he's thinking about the past. He's being nostalgic. He's thinking about things that might have happened. When I get the Six of Cups with the Five of Pentacles, this rejection card, he may not be having the best of memories about how they split up. Remember, the Five of Wands, that conflict, he is healing from that right now. He's healing from it. Through that conflict, he's learned the lesson that he wants union with his feminine. And so now in his heart, he's learned also that he can't shake this contract. She's walked away from him. That's what the stress is about in his headspace. So he's having all of these memories. He's having all of these thoughts. He's wanting reunion, but he's feeling rejected. So then this guardedness, why is he guarded? Because he's just confused. Why do I know this is confusion and not illusion? Because we have the Two of Wands and Two of Pentacles here in his headspace. He's not sure. He's confused how he's going to move things forward. He's confused about what to do, okay? So now in her heart space, we have the Ten of Swords. Okay, right away in her heart space. Remember, she's in the Three of Swords energy, heartbreak. She's healing that pain. She's healing that loss. She's healing all of those energies, okay? So in her heart space, she's got the Ten of Swords, which is a match to his clarifier in his headspace for the Nine of Swords, okay? But what is her Ten of Swords about? Ace of Pentacles. She's just like, this is over. This connection is over. Therefore, there will not be a offer coming. Which little does she know, he's sitting here juggling the offer, trying to figure out how he's going to make the offer. So it's interesting. If you guys aren't in communication, this is what's happening with the masculine right now. While you think this is over and there's going to be no offer, he's sitting here as the emperor, like, how am I going to do this? Which road to take? How do I get the new beginning? All right. So in the heart space, she's like, it's over. It's over. What's over? Ace of Pentacles. This 3D beginning, this new beginning in the material world is a done deal. Okay. So she wants a new beginning too. She still wants a new beginning, but she feels like perhaps this cycle, this connection may be over at this time. Okay. But in her heart, she still wants a new beginning. But until then, Eight of Pentacles. She's going to work hard. She's going to work hard. And this is eight of Wands, and I don't see this as communication. I see this really as movement forward. I really do. I feel like this is her, wanting to move forward quickly instead of slowly, and I feel like that's why she's kind of not able to gain her balance. She has this desire to move forward quickly, but yet the universe is making her kind of process this slowly instead of rushing through the experience. Okay, so in her heart, she's got a painful ending. She wants a new beginning. There is this desire to focus on work. When she is in her heart space, she also knows that this contract, this connection is hard work with her emperor, all right? But right now, Ace of Cups, she's choosing self-love at this time to heal these wounds, okay? This Ten of Swords, this potential of this being over. She wants the new beginning. She knows that she's going to work hard to move forward. Perhaps with her emperor into new love, but right now in that Queen of Wands energy, to me, which is a little bit more of a single energy, and because we have the Ten of Swords clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, I really feel like she wants to end this painful cycle that they're in, come into this new beginning 2 times in the material world, but she's unsure if it's going to happen. So at this time, her movement is towards her craft. It's towards her career, okay? However, she does want it with her emperor, but maybe she's the emperor of her own life at this time. I don't think so, because the emperor shows up here 2 times. It matches just like the Queen of Wands does, but I just feel like the Queen of Wands is here because she's independent. So again, in the heart space, potential new beginning over, desires a brand new and improved beginning, which is going to take hard work. They want to move forward to that. She wants to move forward to that with her emperor, with this renewed love, okay? And she's got to love herself first. She's got to heal first, fill her cup first, then she can have that Ace of Cups with her masculine. Now, in the environment of the masculine, what is happening? Okay, first card out, Page of Swords. So there's some observation going on, okay? So this is him observing, or maybe him being brutally honest at this time. There is healing. Remember, Four of Swords is a dupe to the Four of Swords that clarifies the conflict, okay? So he's healing. He's wanting to move towards his wishes, Nine of Cups, but he is confused, remember, and is still in his heart, matches his reality. He's confused, so this contract is suspended at this time. So I said, okay, what is the deal with the Page of Swords? Is he observing her, or is he being brutally honest? What is the Page of Swords about? Page of Swords, first card out, Lovers. He's observing this connection, okay? Potentially, yes, his Empress. Because he knows he needs to set things right, Justice. He knows there needs to be an apology. He knows that he has to set things right. So he is probably being brutally honest with himself. He could also be observing her, but I really feel like this is observation of oneself, observation of this connection so that things can be set right. What are we healing? We are healing for a new beginning, the Fool's energy again in the 3D. So again, it's in his overall energy, it's in his headspace, and now it is a clarifier to his Four of Swords. Because remember, he's healing this conflict. He's had the realization that he wants his Queen of Wands. He wants a new beginning. He wants union. So in this environment section of this reading, he's observing himself. He's observing her. He's observing the connection. And he knows he needs to set things right with the Justice card. Through his healing, there's an opportunity for a new beginning towards his wishes. And this confusion, right? He wants to move forward to his wish, but there's confusion. What's the confusion about? Judgment. Remember, judgment came out in his heart space. There's confusion about how to give this a second life. So then this suspension that comes up is clarified by the King of Wands, the match to the Queen of Wands. Okay, so he's suspended at this time as he gets into this King of Wands energy, which he needs to match, right? Because she's showing up as the Queen of Wands. He needs to match that. This is the king that takes action. He's a leader. He's ambitious. He's passionate. So he's trying to match her in the Queen of Wands energy by being the King of Wands. And so that's what he is awakening to. That is what he is learning. That is what he's aspiring to be at this time. And this King of Wands has not given up because he's in the Nine of Wands energy. So he's very much in his environment, observed himself and the connection, healed himself for a new beginning. He's really trying to figure out how to have a second chance, third, fourth, fifth, 10th chance. He's trying to figure out how to revive this connection. Where is she in her environment? Some similar cards here. It's interesting. So for her, Six of Cups. This matches the clarifier in his heart space. So she too is being nostalgic. She's wanting to move out of this rough patch with him, but she's had to walk away. And I said, what does she walk away from? Nine of Cups, which is a match to his environment. She's walked away from her wish. And what is she walking towards, I asked? High Priestess. So she's walking away from him. All right, she's walking away from him, which is exactly how he already feels. He energetically feels. This Queen of Wands has walked away from him. Remember, I clarified it. It's the Empress. So in reality, she has. She's been nostalgic. She does want to move out of this rough patch, but she's had to walk away from her wish, which was him, and move into the High Priestess energy, which is of one within. All right? So there's a little stress for her. Nine of Swords matches his Nine of Swords in his headspace. In her environment, she's also stressed. What's the stress about? Ten of Pentacles. Match to her overall energy. She's a little stressed about what's going to happen in the long term. Can I lose my twin? Like, what's the deal? This Ace of Pentacles. Like, are we not going to do this? Are we not going to be able to get it together? So there's a little stress. Is he not part of my long-term plan? But she knows. She knows she's got to detach and walk away. She knows she's got to let go of any attachment to this long-term plan because she's the divine feminine, and she knows that you're not supposed to attach to union energies because this journey is about you. So here she is. Seven of Swords comes back, right? There's stress about the long term, and then we end with the Seven of Swords. And I said, geez, what is this withholding? What is she doing? She's still going within. This is still a wound. This is still a wound. This is why they're still in separation. This is still a wound from her. So for the Two of Swords, she disengages. Two of Swords is a card of a stalemate. She disengages because she's still healing from this Seven of Swords energy. And I said, all right, fine. She goes within, and what? King of Swords. She's going to see that he's her match here too as the King of Swords, which is a match to the Queen of Swords, a court match. So as she continues to heal this Seven of Swords energy, because remember, the bottom of the deck is the Four of Swords for the clarifiers and the Three of Swords for her head, heart, and 3D space. She's heartbroken from this past tense betrayal or past tense deceit. And so she's going within as the High Priestess. Remember, that's why she's walked away, because she wants to see him in this energy, because he's actually displaying that he is the King of Swords. And she'll see that as she goes within to heal herself. She will see that he has changed. He has changed. So now, if we do top down for him, top down. We have a lot of clarifiers. It's going to take me just a minute. So top down for him, he's got some stress around having a rebirth. So right now, he is in observation. He's observing, all right? There's some stress. He wants another chance. He wants to revive this connection. And so he's just being brutally honest with himself about his feelings. He wants a new beginning because he's learned something through this retreat, through this healing. He's learned that he wants his divine feminine. So there is some planning going around, how to get his wish, how to get his Queen of Wands. So he's deciding which road to take towards the Queen of Wands because she is his wish. So he's standing in his power, right? He's trying to get out of this lack energy and out of this confusion. He's really trying to weed through this confusion. He can't see the forest through the trees just yet. So he's kind of juggling. He's unsure. So therefore he is guarded. And this connection is suspended at this time while he learns how to be the King of Wands. For our divine feminine, she's kind of also in an imbalance. She's juggling too because she feels like this connection is over. Put a fork in it. And she is kind of being nostalgic about that. She's thinking about that. She's thinking that it is over. So what does she do? She goes into the Queen of Wands energy, which is her new beginning to move forward and out of the rough patch with her independence. Okay. We have some communication that, you know, Page of Wands is about communication. It's about news, right? It's going to take hard work. That there's been the reason why they fell out in the first place was around communication. So there's this desire for communication, but it's going to take a lot of hard work right now. So right now she's just going to walk away. She's having to release the connection at this time to go within. So in her headspace, she's a little stuck around her emperor. That gives her a little bit of stress. Okay, actually not a little bit. It's a lot of stress. Her emperor's given her a little bit of a stress. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords with the emperor in the middle. He seems like a headache at this time, right? For her, he's a headache. So the contract is still there, right? We're operating in self-love, yet we're still healing deceptive energies. You know, this contract, this was a big lesson in this contract, the 7 of Swords. This was a big theme for this collective couple. And so right now people are choosing to operate in their own self-love so they can finally, come on, let's get over it, heal this energy. Because there hasn't been a third party in a long time, people. So if you're resonating with this reading, there's not a third party. There hasn't been one in a long time. So where are they in their current connection? Bottom of the deck is the 6 of Cups, okay? And the clarifier is the Star. So the universe is guiding this connection. The universe is truly helping them. So what is the first card out in the current connective energy? 10 of Pentacles. So they're both wanting long term. He's trying to figure out how to get his first foot in the door. And she's like, I got to make some long-term plans for myself. Yeah, he is my wish, right? She knows that. She wants her masculine. I don't know a twin out there that doesn't want their masculine. So she wants her masculine. She wants him for the long term. But she knows she's got to choose herself first. Always and forever choose herself. While he is figuring it out. He's trying to figure it out. He really is. So they're both looking towards the long term. They know that they are each other's person for the long term. But right at this time, it feels stuck. 8 of Swords. This 8 of Swords is a dupe to her headspace. So when I clarified the 8 of Swords, we got the High Priestess. It's stuck because she needs to go back within. She needs to go back within because she has to heal the 7 of Swords energy. So 9 of Pentacles. They are independent of each other. They are single and independent of each other at this time. And there's some guardedness. There is some guardedness. Remember, that came up for him. That is his deal right now. She's in the 8 of Swords energy. That's why they're independent. And he's in the 4 of Shields. He's guarded. He's a little closed off. And I clarified that, and it clarified the Emperor. This is the 3rd time he came out. So he is guarded and she is stuck. That's what's happening in their connection, okay? So there is still this desire for a new beginning, and 6 of Pentacles to have something equal give and take, have some balance in the connection. So right now there is, again, there's desire to have each other long term. There is a desire for a new beginning. There is a desire to be with their equal partner. But what is happening in the current energy today is that our High Priestess has gone within into the High Priestess, our feminine has gone into the High Priestess energy. She's gone within. She's had to walk away because she's got to heal this. She's got to heal that energy. And for him, he's guarded. He's feeling a little stuck because he's trying to figure out how to make his move towards her. Okay, so right now he's guarded himself. He's put a coin on his heart. He's guarding himself, and he's protecting his movement, right? Who is he? Our emperor. He's protecting his movement, his thoughts, his actions, everything. He's protecting everything. So these two are single at this time and independent of each other. So there's this still the desire for a new beginning and everything, but she's got to heal this final energy and he's got to heal this lack and guardedness. All right. Now let's go ahead and go to messages from spirit to the masculine and feminine, and messages to the couple. So the first card out for the masculine, spirit saying, faith, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see light in the world. So spirit's saying to him, have faith. This is about humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. He's in the Nine of Swords energy. He's in the Two of Pentacles energy. He's in the Five of Pentacles energy and Four of Shields. He's learned something. He's also feeling like his feminine's walked away. He's feeling guarded. He's feeling confused, right? Even though he's had the breakthrough, he's unsure about how to get this revived again. So Spirit is saying, have faith, stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see light in the world. What is her message? It's ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is here. So this is very much about this high priestess energy for her. Remember, this came out in her 3D space. She's gone back within to go through and heal some final wounds, because they're not going to be able to come into union until these final wounds are healed individually. There's stuff that they'll heal together, but these are very important for them to heal alone, okay, before they get back together. Because if she doesn't heal this Seven of Swords, and if he doesn't heal this guardedness and this lack, they're a recipe for separation again. So she's got to heal this, and he's got to heal his issues. So now, message for both of them as a couple for their journey. First card out, Odin, and it says, your third eye is open. See the truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Remember, he's in the Ace of Swords. He's had his breakthrough. He's standing as the Emperor 3 times in this reading. And so, and he's very much in his healing mode. And he is seeing the truth for what it is, which is with that Page of Swords energy. He's seeing the truth of this connection, as is she. She's in the High Priestess energy, right? She's seeing the truth for what it is, and she's following her intuition by walking away because she knows she has to heal this last wound. The second message from Spirit to both of them: stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. So for him, he needs to speak his truth that he wants to come back. And for her, she needs to release the fears of any old paradigms returning, because it's not going to repeat. All right, messages from Spirit, and then we'll get into the future energies. This is the storyline. You know how I like to use the Lenormand. By the way, bottom of the deck for the messages from Spirit for these Keepers of the Light is experiencing grace. Right now, they're both having these waves of inspiration and love, and they're saying you're experiencing grace. Share your gifts in grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. They're going to get out of this cycle. I really feel like they're going to get out of this cycle. Bottom of the deck for our Lenormand, the Rider card. We're moving forward. We really are. So now, in this Lenormand deck, I just want to quickly check here because we got the Moon card, and I know it means something a little different. Yes. Okay, first card out. I asked for storyline. What is the current storyline? As if this wasn't enough, I just needed another confirmation. First card out, Tower. This is different in this deck. This is all about protection. The universe has been protecting this connection this whole time. And then we got the Moon card. In this card, this is very much about cycles. So they're in a cycle. This is about love and romance and intuition. So the universe has been protecting this connection. This is a time where people are getting into their emotions so that they can move into commitment, so that they can birth something and start communicating again, and then finally move this connection forward. This is going to move forward. You're going to come out of this cycle. Feminine, Ten of Swords, not over. Masculine, Ten of Swords, it's not over. Okay? But stay separated until these wounds are healed. Okay? Because the universe is protecting you. Remember, we got the bottom of the deck was the Star card. The universe is guiding this whole experience. Okay? So now, future energies. Don't hold on to these too tightly, but this is what the energy is for today. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. There's truth, there's clarity. We know everything now. So in the future, Nine of Cups, our wishes are coming true. Strength, dupe to her overall energy because they stayed strong. Nine of Pentacles, because we worked hard to finally pick the fruit of our labor. And have stability, King of Pentacles. Stability in this connection. That is what he's looking to do. Four of Wands, 2 times. He's looking for stability. And so what happened in the future, right? What happens in the future? Our wishes come true. There's strength in the connection. We're able to pick the fruit of our labor. We have a strong and stable foundation. And now with the Eight of Cups, we've reflected, right? What did we walk away from? The moon. We walked away during cycles. What are we walking to, I asked. And we got the wheel, which is a better time. I said, well, what about the wheel? Chariot, movement forward to what? Nine of Cups. Again. So again, this tells me that wishes are going to come true. Connection is stronger. Nine of Pentacles. We worked hard at this. We're able to pick the fruit of our labor. We have a stable foundation. We walked away during the cycles, and now we're walking to a better time, which is our wish again. And then what happens? Knight of Pentacles. We actually move forward. We offer the coin, and I said, what is this movement to, or what does this movement go to? Four of Wands. I got to tell you guys, this is probably my most favorite card at this time. I love this card. I mean, this is I have like so many tarot decks. This is my most favorite card ever. Not because it's the Four of Wands, but because of the picture. You know, I am from the islands, and when I see this card, I'm just like, wow, that's just magic. And so in this connection, what are we moving towards? Four of Wands in the future. Four of Wands in the future on this beautiful island. All right. So we move towards union. Slow but steady wins the race. And here we have the winning combination in the future. We move forward. The offer is made and we go into union. All right. Let me know if that resonated. And again, if you want to book your own personal reading with me, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.